are we fasting? Yeah, the question, why are we fasting, is very, very important. We should know why is it that we're fasting. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he said in Quran chapter 2, ayah 283, Kutiba alaykum bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Kutiba alaykum siyam kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum la'alakum ta'takun. You see, in that ayah, Allah let us understand the purpose of fasting. It says la'alakum ta'takun, so that we can have consciousness. You see, so that we can have what? Consciousness. So for the next 1 month, for the rest of this 1 month, Allah has something that He want to establish. Yes, something that He want to establish in your life, in my life, in the world. Allah want to establish something. And He looked around. How do I establish this? He now wanted to establish it from the flesh. You see, He want to establish this from the flesh. So He want to tell you about, that's why, what is fasting all about? Why are we really fasting? Because Allah, you see, when you look at this fasting, it is only the act of worship that it is you and Allah. It is Allah that is going to reward you for this fasting. Yeah, there is no angel that is writing your good or your bad. It's Allah that is looking at you right away and is the one that is going to do what? Give you that reward. So why are we fasting? What are the benefits of fasting? What is the purpose of fasting? What is the effect of fasting in us? All these and many more is what we want to look at, inshallah. But before we go into that, yes, let's go again for a short commercial. Lotus Capital, our sponsor of this segment, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The only worry was finding a good ball to play. Those were the days when values were taught and transferred from one generation to the other. But just because times have changed doesn't mean the values should too. And that's why even when it comes to investing, I choose halal because I get to do the right thing. Get value for your values. Invest with Lotus Capital today and enjoy a variety of ethical investment options with competitive returns offered by a team of SEC-registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in Abuja, call 0908-705-8409. And if you're in Kano, call 0809-065-0622. Lotus Capital Limited, creating wealth the halal way.
MashaAllah, Lotus Capital Limited, creating wealth the halal way. MashaAllah. All right, what we are saying, again, I said, what are the benefits? What are the effects? What is the purpose of this fasting that we're fasting? And I've said that Allah said in that ayah, la'alakum ta'atakun, so that we can have consciousness. And I said Allah want to now use our flesh this time around. You see, the flesh is the greatest blessing and equally the greatest curse that Allah has given upon man. So your flesh, as I said, is what is the greatest blessing and is equally a curse. It is a blessing because you cannot live without your flesh. Is that not so? Yes. And it's a curse because it can rule you. Yes, it can rule you. The last time we talked about passions. You see, we talked about our passions, our natural inbuilt passion, those passions that are innate inside us, those passions that are biologically us, those passions that were born in everybody. You see, those are the passions that if you try as much as possible to use them very well, then you will be successful. And the other way around, it is going to be a curse. So you see, fasting puts your body back where it belongs. That's one benefit of fasting. It puts your body back where it belongs. Order. It makes you restrain. It will make you do what? Restrain. So you see, fasting happened to make you fast. We fast because the body has already been sleeping. And when I say sleeping, it has been absorbing anything, anytime, anywhere, But when fasting has come to restrain you, Fasting has come to restrain you. So fasting changes you. Fasting has nothing to do with Allah. Allah doesn't change. It is you that changes. So fasting changes you. It changes you. It changes you physically. It changes you mentally. It changes you health-wise. It changes you spiritually. Fasting does that. It changes you. So if you are not changing, then check in your fast again. Whether you are really fasting or not, you have to ask yourself. So fasting has come to change you, and you know quite right, change is constant. Is that not so? We say change is constant. So which way is fasting changing you? Are you improving in your personality, or is changing you to reduce in your personality? Don't forget that flesh that we are starving. I don't want to use that word starving. That flesh that we are trying as much as possible, to abstain from taking some things, so that flesh is the one that is really, really, really on work. So fasting, as I said, changes us. It doesn't change Allah. It doesn't have anything to do with Allah. Fasting, is the most important part of prayer. The most important part of prayer is fasting. I'm telling you, you might have been praying all this while, asking Allah this, asking Allah that, and it has not come to pass. This is the time, this is the moment. For the next 30 days, for the next 15 or 25 days that is remaining, this is the days that you have to evoke Allah. These are the days that you have to evoke Allah, because fasting is the most important part of prayers. See, when the Prophet ﷺ said that the gate of Al-Jannah is going to be open and the gate of hell is going to be closed. La ilaha illallah. And when they talk about gate is like a boundary. It's something that is stopping you from reaching a particular place. Now, something that is stopping you from reaching the place of Allah is the boundary that is there, but it is going to be open. La ilaha illallah. When you are calling upon Allah and it's making it very hard to be accepted, this time around, it is the time that your prayer, my prayer, will be accepted. So if your prayer is not accepted, evaluate yourself. Look at yourself. Are you really fasting? This gate, this boundary that is open, it is you and Allah. It is you, Allah. It is you with Allah. There is no boundary. Allah said, al-sawmu li. This fasting, it is for me, and I am the one that is going to reward. So you angels, leave it. You see, you can tell a person that you are fasting, but it is only Allah and you that knows that you are fasting. You may be seeing people fasting. Because it's not eating in your presence, you think it's fasting. You see, that is why fasting is not about dieting. Fasting is not about not eating food. Fasting is not about abstaining from food or abstaining from drinking. Anil akili wa shurbin. No. Fasting is also a total, emancipation of the body, a total emancipation of the soul, a total emancipation of the heart, a total consciousness that you will have with yourself and Allah. Time that is full of worship, the time that is full of prayers, the time that is full of devotions. Fasting humbles man. It humbles man. You never knew whether you are a rich man or you're a poor man. It humbles you. It makes you have that taqwa, that fear, that consciousness, that abstinence. Even if it is only you in the room, that you can eat and nobody sees you, but you remember it's only in fasting that can humble you. You know that Allah sees you. La ilaha illallah. That hadith that says when you worship Allah as if Allah is seeing you, it is only in fasting that you will know. See, when you just tell somebody, I said it the other time, when you tell someone that I'm fasting, it doesn't mean that you are fasting, because it is just between you and Allah that fasting is. Despite the fact that we are asked to let people know that we are fasting, but the fasting is between you and Allah. So fasting does what? Humbles you. Fasting answers the prayer. I said the other time that it is what is the most important part of prayer. Fasting answers the prayer that cannot be answered in other months. Did you hear me very well? Fasting answers the prayers that has not been answered, that cannot be answered, that will not be answered in other months. But in the month of fasting, it is the time where you can fast, where you will fast, and those prayers, those desires of yours, those dream of yours will come true. This is the time. Where are your dreams? تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر لا إله إلا الله. All your desires, all what you are asking from Allah, all your dua, all your intentions, all your what you aspire to become, min kulli amrin la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. It is in the time, it is this time, it is fasting that will do that for you. So this is the best 1 month of your life. This is the best 1 month of your life. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to use it? How are you going to control yourself in this month? This is the best 1 month of your life. La ilaha illallah. Because everything that has stopped before now is ready to be answered. Everything that is not. This is one powerful benefit of fasting. Then we have opportunity to do anything. Call upon Allah, come closer to Allah. That is what fasting is telling you, consciousness of Allah. Another benefit of fasting. Fasting breaks habits. Yes, you hear me right well. Fasting breaks habits. Yeah, people that drinks alcohol, some of them have stopped it. Some people uses fasting to stop all these vices that they engage in. What you stop doing for 30 good days, Allah help you. You continue. Allah helps you. You continue, and before you know it, you realize that Allah has really helped you. It will break all those habits for you, inshallah. Fasting quiets the heart. Yes, it makes the heart quiet. It makes it look gentle. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. This is what fasting does for you. In fact, Allah is using fasting to solve the problem of the world. He's using fasting to solve the problem of Nigeria. He's using fasting to solve the problem of your community. He's using fasting to solve the problem of your family. He's using fasting to solve the problem of your personality. And that is why he's using you, your flesh, to solve it through you. Are you ready? Are you ready to solve this problem? La ilaha illallah. Because in Ramadan, in fasting, Allah is number one. You don't seek for any desire other than what? Seek for Allah. Seek for Allah's desire. What Allah wants is what you do. Don't eat. Don't drink. Don't have some funds from so time to so time. This is the desire of Allah. And Allah is number one. All our own desires, all our own opinion, all our passion will go down the drain, because in fasting Allah is number one. So you can see that when you put Allah in number one, la ilaha illallah, when you deal with Allah, Allah will deal with you. When you connect with Allah, Allah will connect with you. When you relate with Allah, Allah will relate with you. And this is the best time for you to do that relationship. This is the best time for you to set that deal with Allah. This is the best time to connect with Allah. We have said that the tree is connected to the ground, and that is why the tree is standing firm. The fish is connected to the water, and that is why when you remove the fish from the water, the fish remain powerless. The bird is connected to the hair, and that is why it can dumble and shovel on top of in the sky. Man is connected originally to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is in fasting that you get connected. That connection get connected firmly in fasting, and Ramadan has come to do that for you. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. I said fasting is not dieting. Yes, because fasting means replacing. When you replace, la ilaha illallah, you replace your not eating with ibadah. You replace your not eating with askar. You replace your not eating with studying the Quran, trying to connect with Allah. You relate, you replace your time for Allah. That is what fasting has come to do for you. Fasting is spending time with Allah. That is the meaning of fasting. Spending time with Allah. Read the Quran, study the Quran, understand the Quran. You see, fasting is the time, or Ramadan is the time where people get knowledge, where people know things that they don't know before. Because the mind, the body is under control, and the whole mind is set for action. Yes, it's set for action. And that tells you that this is the time for you to do that. Fasting is saving time. It saves your time from nonsensical attitude. Sometimes it is in fasting that people are more energetic to work. It is in fasting that they do lot of work. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Fasting sharpens the brain. Have you ever written an exam during fasting? Or when you want to fast, let me give you this secret. When you are writing exam, make sure that you write that exam in the process of fasting. Make sure you fast as you go to the exam hall. Make sure you fast before you go to the exam hall. Your brain will be channeled, focused, and you see, fasting give you that retainment. You retain so many things. That is why those people that memorize the Quran, they do that again during fasting, because it stays. La ilaha illallah. Fasting drives people out of your life, those who are not supposed to be there. Fasting does what? Drive people away from your life, those that are not supposed to be there, because you now choose who you work with. You choose where you sit. You choose what you do with who you do. La ilaha illallah. So when you fast, you abstain, you shift. You don't go to places, it takes you away, la ilaha illallah, from people, from negative people. Fasting is anil fashai wal munkar wal bagi ya'izukum la'alakum tazakkarun. This that they tell you and I in the mosque every Friday. Fasting is anil shafai wal munkar wal bagi ya'izukum la'alakum tazakkarun. That is what fasting does. Yes, fasting keep your attitude right. That's what it means. It keeps your attitude right. You don't say what you are not supposed to say. You take caution. You don't abuse. You become humbled. You don't accuse people. You don't talk to people. This is what fasting has done for you. So fasting is not avoiding food. Fasting is for spiritual purpose, to keep you away, to keep plate away and handle the plate of Allah. La ilaha illallah. Keep away your plate and grab the plate of Allah. That is what fasting has come to do for you. So let's try as much as possible and understand what fasting has come to do for you and I. So inshallah, we'll go for a short commercial break again. When we come back, we are going to open the line so that you can ask 1 or 2 questions about fasting. You can ask for clarification. You can make observation. You can equally contribute. Just try as much as possible. Stick to your radio 93.7. Inshallah, when I come back, it's going to be you and I interacting in this session. May Allah make it easy for us. This program, as I said earlier on, is sponsored by Lotus Capital. They are into investment. Yes, they create wealth the halal way, and you will not regret doing business with them. Let's go for a short break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Why even when it comes to investing, I choose halal because I get to do the right thing. Get value for your values. Invest with Lotus Capital today and enjoy a variety of ethical investment options with competitive returns offered by a team of SEC-registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in Abuja, call 0908-705-8409. And if you're in Kano, call 0809-065-0622. Lotus Capital Limited. Creating wealth the halal way.
MashaAllah, Lotus Capital Limited. Creating wealth the halal way. Yeah, they are into investment. Yeah, you can invest with them. You can invest with them. They create wealth. So, and you have a lot of opportunities. This is a faith and ethical based investment, inshallah. And then when you join them, you will come back and thank me for doing that, mashallah. All right, we want to thank Lotus for giving us this opportunity to also, remind ourselves about Ramadan. All right, let's open the lines and see how far we can go. Let's see how much you can contribute. Let's see how much you can ask questions, and let's see how much you can make clarification and observations. The numbers to call remain 0903 22 29 797. Again, the number remains 0903 22 29 797. You can equally call 0818 22 22 205, or you call 0818 22 22 206. Those are the numbers to call if you want to be part of this discussion. Yes, let's discuss, let's talk together, let's share ideas together. Let's talk about why are we fasting. Let's talk about how can I keep away my plate and grab the plate of Allah. Let's talk about how to be spiritually inclined this month. The number still remains 0903 22 29 797, or you call 0818 22 22 205. You can equally call 0818 22 22 206. Those are the numbers to call if you want to be part of this program, and I really want you to be part of this program. Let us look at it together. Why are we fasting? And that is what we have brought. We brought the benefit of fasting, we brought the effect of fasting, we brought why fasting. So many reasons you can see that why we are fasting. You see, let people see the result of your fasting. And the result of your fasting is when your prayers are answered. The result of your fasting is when you have the ataraxia of the mind. The result of your fasting is when your desires are met. The result of your fasting is when that big dream that you want to achieve is brought to the minimal and it's achievable. Then people will see that this guy, this person, this hajia, this person really fasted. Most times we come, we fast, we go, we come, we fast, we go, and we don't see the result. Yeah, you don't see the result. Why is it that you're not seeing the result? It's because you're not fasting as you are supposed to fast, and maybe you are taking fasting as dieting. You are not taking fasting as connecting with Allah. You are not looking at fasting that it is the connection with Allah. You're not seeing it as spiritual activity. You're not seeing it as consciousness, of Allah. Yes, to be part of this program, you can equally call 090-0903 22 29 797. Again, the number to call is 0903 22 29 797, or you can call 0818 22 22 205, or you can equally call 0818 22 22 0206. Those are the numbers to call if you want to be part of this program, inshallah. Yes, Ramadan, fasting, Allah, those three like that. The month, the activities in the month, and Allah. The month is there. You are the one doing the activities, and the activities you are doing it for Allah. You get it now? Yes, you are doing it for Allah. So you must understand that it is for Allah. This month should be dedicated for Allah. Allah should be number one. It is Allah's desire that must take utmost priority for you this month. Utmost priority is number one. Any other thing, go and rest. Any other thing that is contradicting that of Allah, go and rest. It is what Allah has ordained. It is what Allah has said we should do. He said we should fast as those people before us has fasted, and they fasted. You see, they fasted, and there are different types of fasting during that time. There was 40 days fasting. Fast for 40 days. Zallah. Oh, la ilaha illallah. When Allah mentioned kutiba alaykum siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum, and Allah, when he was talking there, Allah said he wanted ease for us. He doesn't want hardship for us. People of the past before us, there are different type of fasting. In fact, there is fasting of not talking. Yes, don't talk to us after 40 days. After 40 days, a man can stay without eating anything, just maybe drinking water. You cannot stay without drinking water for 3 days for this. For water is so powerful, and that's why it is recommended that after you break your fast, drink lots of water. Drink lot of water before sahur again. I'm giving you this another powerful secret that when you uphold to that secret, is powerful, because water also flushes away the gas. You know about this, the acidic gas that is inside us. The scientists, they understand. The medical people, they understand the gastric juice. Okay. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, but I'm telling you that when you do iftar, drink lots of water. It helps. It's a powerful secret. It gives your body that energy that it needs back, and that is why when you drink those water, you can be able to do tarawih. Most people that don't drink, you do that. But when you drink a certain amount of water, and after tarawih you kept drinking water before you sleep, is very, very important. It is very, very important, as I said. So you see, I'm talking about where fasting has been recommended for people before us, and now Allah has said we should fast. And when he even talked about abstaining, people that are supposed to abstain from is better for you indeed if you know. Like now, when you want to travel, you don't fast. When you are sick, you don't fast. See, fasting in itself is a medicine. We have seen people that have some ailment that is reoccurring, but during fasting, when they enter into fasting, they fasted, and with that ailment, the ailment went away. They didn't see it anymore. There are people like that. There are testimony like that. There are testimony. So when there are those testimony, we'll now go back to that ayah and see when Allah now mention people that are exempted from fasting, where he now ended it again. In tasumu fa huwa khairun lakum. This is best for you. Indeed, in kuntum ta'lamun. Indeed, if you know, this is best for you. But if you fast, but if you volunteer to fast, if you wish to fast, say this is best for you. La ilaha illa Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This tells you the power of fasting. I tell you, it's the most important part of prayers. The most important part of prayers. And almost all religion believe in prayers and they believe in fasting. What you cannot get with ordinary prayer, with fasting, it will take you. Because fasting is just opening the gate. It's just opening the gate. May Allah make it easy for us. If you want to be part of this program, the number still remains 0903 22 29 797, or you can call 0818 22 22 205. You can equally call 0818 22 22 206. Those are the numbers to call if you want to be part of this program. And as I said earlier on, this program is sponsored by Lotus Capital Limited, inshallah. Let's go for a short commercial break before we come back for that again.
Options with competitive returns offered by team of SEC registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in Abuja, call 0908 705 8409. And if you're in Kano, call 0809 065 0622. Lotus Capital Limited. Creating wealth the halal way. Oh, the good old days when the only worry was finding a good ball to play. Those were the days when values were taught and transferred from one generation to the other. But just because times have changed doesn't mean the values should too. And that's why even when it comes to investing, I choose halal because I get to do the right thing. Get value for your values. Invest with Lotus Capital today and enjoy a variety of ethical investment options with competitive returns offered by team of SEC registered fund managers. With over 15 years experience, Lotus Capital gives you value for your values. Visit www.lotuscapitallimited.com. If you're in Abuja, call 0908 705 8409. And if you're in Kano, call 0809 065 0622. Lotus Capital Limited. Creating wealth the halal way.
Yes, so Lotus Capital Limited, creating wealth the halal way. Yeah, they are the first non-interest, the pioneer of non-interest finance. Yes, that is Lotus Capital. Yeah, non-interest finance, and they have been there for the past 50 years now. You can see full of experience. Yeah, full of experience, and I'm very, very sure because of their faith-based and ethical-based financial system, you will not regret investing in Lotus. You can invest. You can call those numbers, inshallah. When you call those numbers, and they will be able to reach you, and you ask so many other questions that you want to ask. The number to call remains 0908 7058409. I want to call that again, 0908 7058409. Again, Lotus Capital number, if you want to talk to them and ask for more inquiry, the number remains 0908 7058409. Those are the numbers to call if you want to you want to invest. Yeah, make sure that you invest in Lotus Capital. As I said, it's a non-interest. It's a non-interest finance based system, inshallah, and you will enjoy doing that. You come back and appreciate me. Alright, if you want to be part of this program, the number still remains 0903 22 29 797. You can equally call 0818 22 22 205, or you want to call 0818 22 22 206. Those are the numbers to call if you want to be part of it. We have discussed, we have elaborated on so many reasons why we are fasting, so many benefits of fasting, and you agree with me that this is the time for you to connect with Allah. You agree with me that this is the time for you to be with Allah. This is the time for you to switch to Allah. This is the time for you to concentrate to Allah. You see, all what Allah needed this time around, it is your flesh, it is your soul, it is your mind, it is your body, it is all, everything about you. Put Allah first. That's what Allah wants for you. That's what Allah wants. So make Allah's desire number one this month. Make it number one. And I said, if you deal with Allah, Allah will deal with you. If you connect Allah, Allah will connect with you. Yes. Allah will connect with you. If you relate with Him, He will relate with you as well. So what are you waiting for? This is the time. This is the best 1 month of your life. The best one, to grow. When you finish Ramadan, or even inside Ramadan, things will start changing for you for better. If is it promotion in the workplace? Is it contract that has been approved? Is it things that you have been looking for all this while that Allah is making it easier for you to get? What is it that you are looking for that Allah cannot do for you? When He said, وَإِذَا ذَلَكَ إِبَادِي أَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبُ جِبُ دَعْوَةَ دَاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. When you call me, فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي.